Okay, I had a little bit more time to post one more review tonight before I head off to bed. And it's another fragrance that I've never seen mentioned on YouTube. I actually didn't mean to buy this particular fragrance. I meant to buy one that it was closely related to. I'll tell you about that in the review. But you can tell from the title. Here you go. This is Boucheron Homme. This is the EDP version. There's also an EDT. So the box is pretty simple and unimpressive. It's a regular box. The bottle, however, does look different from what I thought it might be. This is actually the way it looks. If you've seen the other Boucheron bottle, it's clear and you can actually see the fragrance, the juice through the clear glass. This is obviously opaque and white, and the top is a little bit different as well. It's blue on the top and on the bottom, with just gold in the middle as opposed to gold all the way down. So this is, I know rose might not be the most popular accord for men's scents, but if you love rose, this is definitely one that's worth checking out. Again, this isn't to be confused with just the regular Boucheron Perron, which comes in a completely different packaging and bottle, like I said, and was released about 25 years ago. In fact, this is actually released as a 25th anniversary edition, even though you'll notice that's nowhere mentioned on the packaging. Okay, side, top, bottom, it's nowhere does it say 25th anniversary edition, but that's what it is. Even though if you do the math, sometimes somewhere you'll look on the internet, this says it was released in 2013, sometimes it says 2014, but the dates for release for Boucheron are either 1990 or 1991. So the math doesn't really quite add up for a 25th anniversary edition. It's more like 23 or 24 years. Anyway, it's the 25th anniversary edition. According to Fragrantica, hold it up while I read the notes. We have on the top orange, lavender, mandarin orange, basil, lemon verbena, bergamot, and lemon. In the middle, there's carnation, orris root, jasmine, ylang ylang, lily of the valley, and rose. And in the base, there's sandalwood, tonka bean, amber, musk, benzoin, oak moss, vetiver, and incense. Like I said, it was released in either 2013 or 2014, and is, at least online, not on the packaging, advertised as the 25th anniversary packaging or 25th anniversary edition. Like I said, rose can be a really tricky accord for men. It can be tricky for women too, because sometimes you just get these really in your face. It seems like everything is really sweet these days, even for men, which I hate because I hate sweet fragrances. It can turn into a floral bomb, which is not something I would ever be a fan of. But this is definitely a rose-based fragrance that stays far, far away from that floral bomb line. What I get when I first spray this is, well, at the very beginning, I get verbena and bergamot, which is very, very common, or at least the bergamot is, but those die away within a matter of seconds. Less than 30 seconds, those are gone. And what you're left with is a lush, powdery, heady, Rose. And it's quite strong. Like I said, it is the EDP version. It sort of packs a punch in the beginning, but it really does wear down with time, and it sort of develops on your skin. Towards the middle and the end, you get some of the oak moss and some of the carnation and the orris root, and it really does become more complex. But in the beginning, it's quite a blast of. I guess the best description of it would be powdery rose, but it's a masculine powdery rose. To be honest with you, when I first smelled it, I thought there were some metallic notes in it, and sometimes when I smell it, I still think I detect them, but less often than when I used to wear it several months ago when I first bought it. I bought it before Christmas as a Christmas present to myself. As far as performance goes, I usually get around 8 hours, which means that most guys or most people who wear it are going to get quite a bit more than that, since my skin is kind of dry and will suck up fragrance easily. It has wonderful projection for at least a few hours, and after that may not project that well, but certainly stays on your skin and creates a nice little cloud, maybe a foot, 18 inches around you or so. Some guys might consider this more of a daring scent because of the rose. To be honest with you, I haven't really smelled or knowingly smelled a lot of other rose-based fragrances for men. I would love to, having smelled this one. But I mean, you do get other things besides the. I mean, I don't want to just emphasize that. You get the musk, you get a little bit of carnation, you get, a bit of vetiver toward the very end. I mean, you get vetiver at the base of a lot of things, so that's not too special. But it's not just like rubbing rose petals on your wrist and having them stay there all day. It is more complex than that. It's really, to be honest with you, one of the most sophisticated floral male scents from men I've ever smelled. It's really worldly and complex and intriguing smelling. I haven't smelled a lot of fragrances, maybe on the order of 50 to 100. But for such a small number, I think this is one of the more unique ones, for men at least. Again, when I ordered this from online, I thought I was going to be getting another version. I was planning on getting the translucent version with the sort of amber-colored juice in it. So this was a pleasant surprise. I think I want the other one too, because I just got a sample of the original and it smells amazing. It's this spicy oriental fragrance that's extremely different from this. I mean, worlds apart from this, but equally beautiful. And I mean, perhaps not surprisingly, considering the dominant notes in this fragrance, I think women can pull this off just as well as men can. It's price-wise, this is, I think, a real steal if you buy it at the right place. It retails for $125. But on FragranceNet, I don't know what I would do without FragranceNet. And if anyone else knows a place online to buy fragrances at better prices than FragranceNet, please let me know, because I shop around all the time online, and FragranceNet has to be the place where I can reliably find the cheapest fragrances at well, I should say, the least expensive fragrances, the best prices. And if anyone else is looking anywhere else and finding other sites, please drop me a note and let me know. Anyway, on FragranceNet, you can buy this for on the order of $32 to $34. So about a quarter of what they're going to ask for at retail. So if you're one of those guys that feels very confident in himself, confident in his masculinity, and is willing to venture out and try something that's a bit more floral, I would really, really recommend this. I know I never would have imagined in a million years, having seen the chord breakdown and the note breakdown, that I would like this. But having received it on accident, I find, spraying myself with it quite often. It's really quite lovely and quite nice. This is a Boucheron 25th anniversary edition pour homme. Good night, guys.